Well, you're the medal girl today. Hi. You're the medal girl today, right? She wants, if you don't mind, she can carry the medal in front of me. Yes. Right over here. Yes. Go over with Uncle Hubert. Hold it. I'm going to show you where you're doing your flower. Yeah. You're going to walk all the way in front of Anna, and you're going to come right here. Okay.
No, no, no.
Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
नमस्ते सते सर्वलोकश्रयाय नमस्ते चिते विश्वरूपात्मकाय नमो द्वैत्य तत्त्वाय मुक्तिप्रदाय नमो ब्रह्मणे व्यापिने निर्गुणाय कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाल नारायण कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन कृष्ण गोविंद गोपाल नारायण कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन कृष्ण कृष्ण मुकुंद जनार्दन Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana 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 Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम. Victory to Shri Ram, victory to Shri Krishna. Sing the praises of Ram of Awadh and Krishna of Mathura. Victory to Ram who holds the bow and arrow. Victory to Krishna who plays the bansuri. Victory to Shri Ram who removes all sufferings. Victory to Krishna, the light of love. Victory to the son of Dasharatha. Victory to the favorite of Nanda. Jai 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 Shri Raghav Ram,
Jai 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 Shri Madhav Shyam
Jai Jai Jai
Shri Raghav Ram Jai 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 Shri Madhav Shyam
Awadh Nivasi Sita Ram,
Mathura Vasi Radhe Shyam
Awadh Nivasi Sita Ram,
Mathura Vasi Radhe
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम। धनुषधारी जय सीताराम,
मुरलीधारी जय राधेश्याम।
धनुषधारी जय सीताराम, मुरलीधारी जय राधेश्याम।
जय दुर्जनासक सीताराम,
प्रेम प्रकाशक राधेश्याम।
जय दुर्जनासक सीताराम, प्रेम प्रकाशक राधेश्याम।
दशरथ नंदन राघव राम,
नंद की नंदन राधेश्याम।
दशरथ नंदन राघव राम, नंद के नंदन राधेश्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम,
जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
अवध निवासी सीताराम,
मथुरा वासी राधेश्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
तुलसी भाए सीताराम,
सुर लुभाए राधेश्याम।
तुलसी भाई सीताराम, सुरभाई राधेश्याम।
जय सुखकारी सीताराम,
जय दुखहारी राधेश्याम।
जय सुखकारी सीताराम, जय दुखहारी राधेश्याम।
रघुपति राघव राजा राम,
यदुपति यादव मोहन श्याम।
यदुपति यादव राजा राम, यदुपति यादव मोहन श्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम,
जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
अवध निवासी सीताराम,
मथुरा वासी राधेश्याम।
जय 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 श्री राघव राम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम। जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम, जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम।
प्यारो बाके बिहारी लाल, सांस सांस जो पैरा धार।
के बिहारी राज,
प्यारो बाके बिहारी लाल, सांस सांस जो पैरा धार। प्यारो बाके बिहारी लाल, सांस सांस जो पैरा धार। भक्तन को सुख देत बिहारी, भक्तन को सुख देत बिहारी। श्री राधा हरे सब मानता, राधा हरे सब बाधा साध जपे राधा
I think you might get a little points because I'm out. Okay. Wait. Yeah.
हर्ष बिहारी मंगलकारी
The reason I said it because I can see it. You will still get some of that.
हर्ष बिहारी मंगलकारी राधा है प्रेम अगाधा सांस जपे राधा श्री राधा है प्रेम अगाधा सांस जपे राधा रास रचावे नंद जुगलावा रास रचावे नंद जुगलावा
So I will see what I need to be like. This one's yeah. You'll be using it. You want to use it? Because if they want to use twice, then they will do that. Just when you're ready.
बार बार बरसाने आवे बार बार बरसाने आवे करी चुप चुप दर्शन राधा सांस सांस जपे राधा प्यारो बाके बिहारी राम प्यारो बाके बिहारी राम सांस प्यारो बाके बिहारी राम सांस कोई कहे तुझे शिव भगवान, कोई कहे अल्लाह तेरो नाम. God is one, although his names and forms are many. Some call him Shiva, others call him Allah. The devotee who calls him Ram knows that he dwells in Ayodhya. कोई कहे तुझे राम, कोई कहे तुझे श्याम.
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 कोई कहे तुझे शिव भगवान,
Back to the clip.
that's okay, at least everyone who is here. So you can't use the Bluetooth with the connection.
No, I don't.
Principally Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Principally Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Principally Sri Ramachandra ki jai. So, Sitaram everyone. Pleasant good morning to one and all. Family and friends of the fellas, I would fondly refer to you. Thank you for taking the time to be present here to offer your support, to share sympathies with Dolsingh. At this point in time, we are going to begin what is called the Activity Sanskar, where it is that we will begin if you know us. At this point in time, my dear friends, I'd like to ask you all to please start. Let us all clasp our hands, close our eyes, and we pray to Sri Krishna Bhagavan, or by extension, whichever form of the Lord in which it is that you offer prayer to, kindly concentrate on God in your own way. As today we are asking that form of God to send that strength, to send support to his family, and into that Atma, the soul that would have been present within this physical body. Today's rites, we are asking the Lord that as the elements will reclaim that which is theirs, let that soul take its journey so that peacefulness, serenity can be attained, and all such rites will complement now what it is that we are speaking about. So as mentioned, let the hands be clasped, let the eyes be closed, let the breath be steady, and together let us pray. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Hari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yam Brahma Varunindra Rudravartah Sumvanti Devya Istave Vedai Samapada Brahma Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samada Jnana Avastita Targatena Manasaha Pashyantayam Yogino Yasyantam Navihutsura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha Om Shantakaram Mujagashainam Padmanabham Sureshvam Vishwadayam Gaganasatvrisham Ekavarnam Shubhandram Lakshmikantam Kamalanenam Yogivirjnanatamyam Vande Vishnuvarevaranam Sarvaloke Pranamam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bolo Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki my dear friends, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Bhagavan highlights to Arjuna about the worth of this body. And it is very important now to let the senses now not distract now life on the go. Because just as the senses which all of us possess can carry us in a godly direction, it can also carry us in an ungodly direction. Today we are focusing on God, and by extension, Hari and Kabir here, they are taking a Sangha. In this most godlike manner, they are asking the Lord to bless their senses so that they can ever stand firm to give their commitment to perform all of the rites that are necessary in the process of Antishti or the funeral rites. So they are making a dedication that today they will take charge of this day, which is known as the funeral day. They will also take charge of the daily pinda, the daily karma. They will also take charge of the rites responsible with Dashra, the 10th day, and also on the 13th day, which is known as the Madhyam or the Andara. When all of this is finished now, we will have the offering of the monthly pinda, ultimately 5.5 months and the 1 year. This first family where he is holding here, he is giving his word, he is giving his commitment. And just as how all of us are here to offer support, he is in turn supporting the spirit, the Atma, or the soul, in whichever way that is necessary, so that this ritual can complement now the life of Mr. Dolsingh. So Hari, at this point in time, you concentrate on Lord Krishna, both of you, concentrate by reciting in your mind, Om Sri Krishna Arpanam, as you make your declaration to give your oath that you are performing the ceremony. Hari Om. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Jnana Moolam Guru Murti Puja Moolam Guru Param Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa Om Vishnu 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 Adi Sri Brahmanu Vijay Paharade Shri Shri Kavara Salte Vai Vaswatman Vantare Asta Vimshati Tame कलियुगे कलिपतमचरणे पुण्यक्षेत्रे पौरवतारे वर्तमाने श्रीनारदे से सांतपुष ग्रामे श्रीकर संवत्सरे दक्षिण आयने मार्गशीर्ष मासे शुक्ला पक्षे पंचमी तिथौ उतारा आषाढ़ नक्षत्रे व श्रावण नक्षत्रे ध्रुव योगे भवकरणे श्री गुरु वासरे श्री वृश्चिक राशि स्थिते सूर्य मकर राशि वृश्चिक शुभ शेषे शुभ केशु शुभ राशि स्थान कस्य भूत नामः calling me on a last name of the parents for the children's last name. Kind of take their last name at this point in time.
Sri Pretasya Namaha, take your grandfather's name. Sri Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh Pretasya Namaha, Antishti Karam Pujanam Sankalpam. Both of you say Aham Karishye. Om Shri Krishna Arpanam. Beautiful. Place it by the right hand once again and bow 3 times. Hari Om Iti Antishti Karam Sankalpam Sri Krishna Arpanam. Ek baat boliye Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Good. So face on now at this point in time. This is north south. Face on that direction there. So my dear friends, in again the Bhagavad Gita, it highlights now the worth of proper action. Today, these young fellows have given their word to perform that which is right, proper action in the accord of Antishti, how we should send off this physical frame. All of us, we are alive and well, and we are here to offer support. But there's just one individual that's lying here today, which is Mr. Dolsingh. In the term of life, it is meant to be a prayerful and a cheerful one. And death as well, my dear friends, it is part and parcel of this process which we know as life. Today, as we are praying together, we are concentrating on God, we are concentrating on Sri Krishna, and to assist now this family in dealing with that great loss. In the Bhagavad Gita again, that let not the senses cause distraction, because there's a beautiful verse that says, Dehi nosmi yata dehi kaumaram yauvanam jara. That it tells now that when death happens, karma is part and parcel of such. And just as how man will change worn out clothes to put on new clothing, so too, when this vessel can no longer sustain life, according to karma, quickly it transmigrates to another form of life where it is now that karma continues. Today we are concentrating once again on Sri Krishna Bhagwan, because out of the 16 samskars, it is believed that as Hindus, as Sanatanists, there are 16 samskars from when a child is born to the naming of the child, the learning or education process having been started. All of such are called the sanskars, which is known as rites of passage. And if I may say, this Anteshti sanskar, it is one of the most important samskar, if not the most important samskar. Because all of the other samskar, the body has life, and we perform these on behalf of. At this junction now, this body is not filled with any life, But here it is that these samskars are performed by those who have been left behind, those who are qualified, and those who are worthy. So at this point in time, Ari and Kavir, concentrate on that form of Sri Krishna Bhagavan. As you have given your sankalp now to perform this puja, install the image of the Lord once again in your heart as we appeal to Bhagavan that may this day be a peaceful one. So together we pray. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacharudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lankayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Bande Paramananda Madhavam Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Ek baat boliye Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Place by your right hand here, both of you, and once again bow. Om Vishnave Prabhajishnave Deva Devaya Namaha. So Ari, from right there, you will hold the lota, and from right where you stand, you will sprinkle around like this 3 times, okay? 3 times, and when you finish, pass it to Kavi, and Kavi, you'll do the same thing. We offer snan together. Go ahead. Hari Om Adhyamukha Gotrasya Sri Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh Pretasya Mritstane Shavanimit Sri Snanam Pautradiyate Tau Patishtitam Om Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Snanam Pautradiyate Tau Patishtitam Om Sri Krishna Arpanam. Very good, both of you now. Bow right here like this. Touch the hand. Chandan. So when you get the Chandan Ari, you're taking this finger here, right hand, and you're bringing it down here like this. 1, and then the same places, by the ears, by the chin, and by the hands. There. Good. Bring finger, bring it down. Hari Om Vishnave Namaha. 2 ears. Good. Chin. And 2 hands. Right here and right there. Same thing, Kavi. Hari Om Kasyap Gotrasya Sri Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh Pretasya Mritstane Shavanimit Gandam Pautradihate Tau Patishtitam Om Narayanaya Namaha Om Padmanabhaya Namaha Om Namo Krishnaya Namaha Om Vishnave Namaha. And by the 2 hands. Sri Govinda Gopal Nandanaya Namaha Sri Chandanam Pautradiyate Tau Patishtitam. Once again, bow. You just spray this one and then give him this one as well. Here. What you're doing, Ari? Same thing. Spray like this and come around like this, right? You can do it just once and go ahead. And after, then he will use this one. After, you'll use it too. Hari Om Kasyap Gotrasya Sri Hubert Pretasya Mritstane Shavanimit Gandam Pautradiyate Tau Patishtitam Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshastale Kaustubham Nasagre Navamautikam Karatale Verum Kankare Kankanam. Flowers, mala. Sarvange Harachandanam Sulalitam Kantes Chamukta Bale Gopastre Padiveshtitau Vijayate Gopala Churamanim. So when you get the mala, you'll place it right here, and same thing, place right. Yeah, right on there. And let the mask come hanging here, right? Go ahead. Hold it two ends. Good. Come. The other one as well. Go ahead, please. Carry it up a little. Very good. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. Next mala. How many malas? Just two. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Arti. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. At this point in time, as the grandchildren offer Arti, I'd like to kindly ask all of us to stand once again. So what you'll do, Ari, you're offering Arti 3 times from where you are, like that. And you will give to Kavi. Kav, you'll also offer Arti 3 times. And when you finish now, you'll be walking around the body 5 times, okay? So every time you pass in front, you're checking 5 times, okay? Good. And when you see the flame is coming close to an end, just kind of top them up a little bit there. This is so that it wouldn't get hot. Smart Baba put all the camphor there. Come to there. Good. Offer Arti 3 times, then pass. Stand up right here first. Good. 3 times. Hari Om Kasyap Gotrasya Sri Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh Pretasya Mritstane Shavanimit Deepam Paut. Give to Kavi one time. Deepam Pautra Diyate. Right there. Arti 3 times. Tau Patishtitam. Om Namo Paramatmane Namaha. Om Namo Govindaya Namaha. Om Namo Madhavaya Namaha. Walk around 5 times. Vashtikal, sir. Bolo Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam. Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam. Krishna Damodhavam Vasudevam Harim. Krishna Damodharam Vasudevam Harim. Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham. Sridharam Madhavam Gopika Vallabham. Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Janaki Nayakam Ramachandram Bhaje. Bolo Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Arti, one stand here and Arti again. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. 2 more times. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Bow, both of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Pinda, Krishna Hare Hare. एक बार बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय. Good. Kindly take your seats. Not you guys. Good. And Kav, when he's placing the pinda, you go bring a little black tail extra for me, please. Little black tail. Just black tail. Right? When you are placing the pinda, you will open the thumb finger, and this is the direction that you'll be placing it, like this, right? Kav, what you will do with the leaf and everything, right? Kav, what you will do, you'll just kind of shift his hand a little bit so the pinda actually goes into the hand, right? Good. Thank you. Hari Om. Yes, now. Kasyap Gotrasya Sri Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh Pretasya Mritstane Shavanimit Ishate Pindo Pautradiyate Tao Patishtitam. Both of you say Om Shri Krishna Arpanam Pinda Danam Aham Karishye. Good. Place it, shift the hands there. Sri Pindadanam Pautradiyate Tao Patishtitam. Open the hands again. Hold on a second. Touch his hands. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murar. Open the thumb. Let it fall into it. Open your thumb. Good. Sri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Bow once again. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Just one. Other one will be placed over there. Right? Bring some flowers. Sri Vishnave Namaha. Good. So once again, in the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Bhagavan tells to us now that it is very important to perform one's duty. And today, these individuals are what you will call yagya kartas, where they have taken charge now of these rites, these rituals in the Anteshti Samskar. My dear friends, today, many of us will have different emotions when it is that we are here present in this ritual and this rite. Whether it is that we are related, we are a neighbor, we are a friend, a well-wisher. Many of us, we will think about this physical frame, this body. And throughout life now, we will also have various relations, various friendships in whichever way. And that as well, in turn, sometimes we may only connect with the physical, with the body. But this process highlights now the transmigratory aspect where the essence, the jiva or the atma, has left this physical frame, and even that now it takes journey to attain further karma. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna Bhagavan highlights in the 15th chapter very beautifully about this journey and all of the karmas that in turn follows as well. And it is typical within Shrad Karam and Teshti Karam. Chapter 15 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita highlights now this, and it is, if I may, it is a concise way of the entire Bhagavad Gita, the merit, the teachings of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the 18 chapters, all of such messages are contained within that 15th chapter. So too, with this, at this time, let us all once again clasp our hands, close our eyes, as we focus our mind on Sri Krishna Bhagavan, as we will attempt to do a few verses of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15. Hari Om Namostu Te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pularavindraya Tapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purna Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradeepaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsacharudamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Boliye Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Ram Ram Bol Ram Ram Bol. Ram Ram Bol Ram Ram Bol. Shiva Shiva Bol Shiva Shiva Bol. Shiva Shiva Bol Shiva Shiva Bol. Narayana Bol Hare Narayana 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 Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol. Keshava Madhava Hare Hare Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol. Keshava Madhava Hare Hare Bol. Bolo Keshava Madhava Hare Hare Bol. Keshava Madhava Hare Hare Bol. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Ata Pancharodhyayah. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Udhvamulamadaşakam aşvattam prahurabhyayam. Chandam siyasya parnani yastam vedasa vedavita arhaschodham prasyatastasya shaka guna pravidha vishaya pravala arhascha mulani santani karma bandhani manushya narupamasya tatopalabhyate nanto nachadir nacha sampratishta ashvattaveram suviruddha mulam asangasastre didena chitva tatah param tat parimargitavyam yasmin gatana nivartanti भूयः तमेव चार्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यतः प्रविद्धे प्रसता पुराणे निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोष अध्यात्मनित्या विनिविच्युकामा द्वन्द्वै विमुक्ता सुखदुःखसंज्ञै गच्छन्त्यमूढा परमभ्ययं तत न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तधामं परमं मम ममैवांशो जीवलोके जीवभूतः सनातनः मनः षष्ठानि इन्द्रियाणि प्रकृतिष्ठानि कर्षति शरीर्यं यदवाप्नोति यच्चाप्युत्क्रामतीश्वरः गृहे वैतानि संयाति वायुर्गन्धानि वासयात् श्रोत्रं चक्षुस्पर्शनं च रसनं घ्राणमेव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चायं विषयानुपसेवते हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे श्री कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। एक बार बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। In the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, my dear friends, Sri Krishna Bhagavan highlights something very important to all of us about this samsara, or this existence, or this universe, and by extension, this world. This is just a mere reflection of the Lord Himself. And those who will know that everything, the elements, the different beings of this world have been created from that divine Lord, they are termed as a Vedavid, the know of the Vedas. So there are different types of information we are supposed to know in life, in accord of your job, in accord of your dharma. But knowing your scripture, knowing your Lord is a very important aspect. Having belief as well is a very important aspect. Because when death comes, my dear friends, immediately we have to turn towards the Lord for support, turn to our scripture for that divine advice. And this body which has been created, we all know according to our dharma, according to our religion, that which is created one day will return. The elements in which it is that is this body is constituted of, it has to return also to such elemental states. And narupamasyeha tatopalabhyate nanto nachadir nacha sampratishta ashvattamedam suvinudhamulam asanga sastrena dridhena chitva. Just as how man may not spend the time thinking about where this universe has come from, at times he may not even think about where he has come from and what does he have to do in the accord of realizing now that divinity. So his perception is not based on the foundation of this universe. Sri Krishna Bhagavan tells in order to achieve this drishti is vision, one has to have this strong acts of detachment. So there are various attachments in life that we will have, whether it is that we're attached to family members, we're attached to the physical items. All of this now is also termed in the terms of the indriyas, it is explained. But the same senses that can cause binding can also cause release. Tataha param tat parimargitavyam yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyaha. When it is that we are detached, my dear friends, the aim or the focus now is to reach that supreme abode. Because as mentioned, some of us are standing, some of us are sitting, but our dear uncle fella, Mr. Hubert Dolsingh, he is the one that is lying down here because this body does not contain that jiva. This body is going towards the cremation site to perform the Kravyad Agni ceremony, where it is that the body is returned peacefully to all of these elements. So one day we as well will be present in this form of a journey. Life in itself now, we will enjoy based on our karmas, our accumulated karmas, whether it is of the Pradav karma, Kriya karma, Sanchit karma. These are the different levels of karma. And you know, many of us, we only think about karma based on the things we do. Just recently, I was sharing with Mintri, Atri, and with Nishi that karma goes to the level where it is that you have the power of thought. So there is man karma, where it is that the things you think as well, there's a karmic judgment attained there. Vachan karma, where it is that you have the ability of speech. Things that you will say, things that you will put out into this universe, that is also another level of karma. And then the karma of action, where it is that you are doing as well. So man, kram, vachan, thought, in word, and in also deed as well. So these are some of the three levels of karma. And these karmas, my dear friends, sometimes it can cause a binding aspect, meaning that when this phase has happened, according to where are your thoughts, in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna reminds Arjuna, Antakale chamam evam smaran muktva kale varam. Ya prayati samadbhavam yatrinastraya samsayaha. That Arjuna, if you think about me your entire life, in the ending moments when it is that this jiva, this soul has to exit this body, and you also think about me, there is no transmigration, there is no reincarnation. You are coming straight to me. And this highlights, my dear friends, why it is that we are all here to pay tribute to this process and also to acknowledge now through dharma, which is righteousness, through artha, all of the means of earning wealth, and through kam, that which is sanction, desire. These are three phases that leads to the fourth purushartha, moksha. Moksha is deemed for everyone, liberation is for everyone, but the speed in which it is that we achieve it, my dear friends, it is totally different based on what we were speaking about, the actions, man, kram, vachan, those types of karmas. So when we are detached now, tataha param tat parimargitavyam, yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha. When we are detached now, when the mind is detached from all of the things that will cause attachments, take refuge in that divine Purusha, take refuge in God. Nirmana moha chita sanga dosha, adhyatma nitya vinivityo kama, dvandvai vimukta sukha dukkha sangyai, gachanya mudha paramabhyayam tata. And Sri Krishna Bhagavan tells about who is one who is detached. He is free of delusion. He has won over all of the power of attachments. He has detached himself from this. He recognizes no duality such as joy, distress, and he himself accumulates now wisdom. And this is what propels us, my dear friends, to reach that divine abode. Many of us, we know what is the right thing to do, but some of us, it is hard to actually do it. Some of us, we speak about all of the right ways to eat, right ways to live, but when the avenue presents itself now into practicing now, then where is the power of that karma to do that which is right? You see, when man lives life in the proper way, we are all here out of the 8,400,000 species of life that is present in this world. It is said that the human form is the highest of all of such. And indeed, in the Ramcharitmanas, it says, Bhare bhagya manushitana pawa sul dulabha saba grantana gawa. That this human body is the best, it is the host to achieve virtue. And if it is that man does not use this gift of this body, of this life in the proper way, dhuni dhuni pachitaye, he will beat his head in remorse in the ending moments, where it is that all of which we should have done, it was not done. If I can digress just a little bit, the Dalai Lama had said something which is very important about life and about man and about his journey in this way. He says, man is a social animal and he will sacrifice his health and he will sacrifice his time to earn the dollar. He may sacrifice his time with his family to put his priorities in the job. He may sacrifice his time with his friends as well to earn that which is necessary for sustenance. But in the ending moments of life now, he will give back all the money that he has in the world now to get back his good health, to get back time with his family, to get back time with his friends. One should not be imbalanced in life. This Bhagavad Gita is a beautiful philosophy, and it teaches us balance in life is necessary. We cannot cry over things that has happened, and we cannot think about things that will happen. We have to be present here. We learn from the past and we do that which we have to do in the present so that the future is also stable. This is some of the philosophies that we can think about and we can impress in our minds while it is that we are still here, my dear friends, because many of us, we may think as though that we may want to return to this world, but I am not sure that the way in which you leave the world, when you come back, you will meet it in that way. So that expectation, some of us, we have to throw out. Natad bhasayate suryo nashashanko napavakaha. When man has achieved moksha, when that atma has been liberated, my dear friends, it is a supreme abode now. It is self-illuminating and they never return to this physical realm. And that jiva, when it finds Paramatma, when it merges with Paramatma, Bhagavan tells that it is a fraction or a fragment of my own self that has been vested in this world, and the five senses will assume a body with the sixth or the mind, and it will abide in nature. But whenever death happens, my dear friends, the Gita in the 15th chapter, the 8th verse, it says, Shariryam yadavapnoti yachapyurkramati shwaraha grihi vaitani samyati vayurgandhani vasayat. Whichever body now that this soul, this atma will venture into, When it departs now, according to the five senses, how life has been lived and so forth, quickly karma transmigrates and it takes all of such karmas to whichever destination, whichever body that it will achieve. So we all rely upon the eyes, we all rely upon the sense of touch, taste, smell, etc. with the senses. But it should be used now to gain now that sense of clarity and not have the delusion. So today Sri Krishna Bhagavan is speaking to us, Utkramantam sitam vapi bhunjanam vagunavitam vimudhananupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshushaha. The ones who are deluded now, they do not know about the soul existing within this body. But the ones who have that drishti, that divine eye, the eye of wisdom, they can be able to differentiate and they will strive in this world. So today, these two individuals, Ari and Kavir, it is not an easy task for both of them to be performing these rites, but they have found themselves worthy, and through proper guidance, they are here. And they are striving to do that which is right on behalf of the sacrifice that their grandfather would have performed in life for them and also their family. And this level of commitment will surely assist that Atma in achieving that sense of realization. So my dear friends, today, not only I stand as the pundit of the home, fortunately, I've spent many years with my cousin performing Diwali Puja, and it's the first time when I went into the washroom to wash my hands just before I came here. It's the first time I'm telling myself, all the years you have been here, you are performing Diwali Puja. It's the first time I'm actually here to wash my hands to perform a funeral ceremony in this home. So it's a little twofold here. I stand not only as the pundit, but I also have to put on my hard face to perform these rites a little bit so that I may also do my duty. And today it's very commendable, exceptional that these two boys have taken this role to in turn support their grandfather in this way. There is care in which it is that we can give to a person while he is alive, but also these rites assist the essence of this body, the soul, so that it can take its journey. You know, my cousin's husband, which is Mr. Dolsingh here, his middle name was Bhupat, correct? Hubert Bhupat Dolsingh. Those who will understand the word Bhupat itself, his name is actually a testament to the kind of life that he would have lived. Bhupat means one who is a son of the earth or lord of the earth in itself. And he himself now was indeed a great individual in our community who would have sacrificed a lot of time, a lot of effort to ensure others were in a safe, in a well place. He would have exemplified in two yagyas, which is called the Manushya Yajna, serving humanity. This is what you call Manushya Yajna, and also Bhuta Yajna, meaning that for some time he was also given the task to ensure that the animals as well were also in a nice place. So this is called Bhuta Yajna, where it is that the beings that we share this world with, the plants, the animals, they are in a good place. So Bhupat means is a testament now to the kind of name that he has gotten, and this has set the tone for the type of life. Hubert, I am not too sure, I think it's of German relation, I think, and that also means one who is vested with great intelligence. So Hubert plus Bhupat now sets the tone for this existence of this jiva, of this body rather, where the jiva would have existed here. But like all good things, my dear friends, we have only been sent here for some time. And as we were highlighting just a few days ago, if you can't understand great philosophy, great religion, great Veda, do one thing, do good, and good will follow you. Do that which is right, and you will have the good and the right end result. Sometimes it is a matter of complication. There are many debates that can rise if we are discussing different philosophies, different scriptures. But the simplicity of these actions are indeed close to divinity. And this is what we are doing here today. With these simple actions, we are asking this family to be more divine and in a comfortable state, and also in turn, let that Atma reach Sadgati, which is a peaceful state. So at this junction, my dear friends, before I hand over to Nishi and others who will carry you through the other little portions, my cousin would have asked me to do one simple chant, one simple bhajan, and I will end with a prayer. And then after, one and all will be listening to Nishi. So at this point in time, we join in a simple bhajan. Hari Om, Jai Krishna Hare, Sri Krishna Hare, दुखियों को दुख दूर करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न केवन वाला हो, फिर तू ही बेड़ा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विश्व को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विश्व को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों को दुख दूर करो। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। ओम अनाधि नरदो देवं शंखचक्र गदाधरम अक्षरै पुंडरीकाक्षं प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव, प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव, श्री प्रेतमोक्ष प्रदो भव। ओम प्रेत आत्मा शांति, ओम प्रेत आत्मा शांति, ओम प्रेत आत्मा शांति। प्रेम से बोले श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Please give flowers. So I thank you for everyone being such an attentive crowd. And at this point in time, Nish, are you around?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me hand you over to. All right. So you guys will stand here for a little bit while the rest of the items are being done. There's musical chairs.
Yeah. Get them. Good morning, everyone. This is my lovely niece, Isha Govind, and she's going to speak on behalf of the grandchildren. I want to take a moment to welcome everyone and to thank you for all coming from near and far, many different countries I see represented here today, and many different families, many different walks of life. I know we always knew Dad touched people on so many different levels, and it's just wonderful to see the show of outpouring of love and emotion for him. And he was not one who liked emotions shown in public this way, and he had a problem really um, hearing the word thank you. But I he loved to do things for people he didn't like thanks. He did not like thanks. But I just wanted to say to all of you, thank you for coming out for him today. This is greatly appreciated from the bottom of our hearts and the whole family. Thank you, Pandit, Radhe, Shiv, and thank you to all the support group for taking care of us, Clark and Batu especially, and the team at Family First Care, as well as Sinclair Medical. Um, you could well imagine we threw everything in the kitchen sink at this, but this was age-related. But Iman Foster and Jose Burgos were some of the finest gentlemen I have ever met in my life and specialists. And for that, we thank that team of specialists who came together in St. Clair Medical. We spent an unprecedented 23 days in ICU, but that is no longer more. I pass you over to my niece, who is going to tell you how Nana relates to their lives and impacts upon it.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Sitaram and good day. My name is Keisha, as Auntie Nish introduced me. I am Nana's second grandchild, and I'm speaking on behalf of his other grandchildren here today, Chantal, Kavir, Kaya, Ari, his chosen grandchildren, Mika and Lily, his great-grandchildren, Sienna and Chase. So, as you may have heard from many eloquent speeches and tributes last night, Hubert B. Dolsingh was many things to many people. He was renowned as a brilliant businessman who others wisely sought advice, a philanthropic contributor to underserved communities, a loving husband to our nanny, Marriott K. Dolsingh, a cherished father to our mothers. Sorry, they may have chose the wrong one to do this. But I'm here to share a side of him that others were not lucky enough to know. Hubert, our Nana. Our Nana was a grandfather in every sense of the word. He was wise, he was playful, he was kind, he was jokey, and he was protective. He was our champion, standing up to our parents to buy us the extra toys, to give us the extra sweets, to go on the extra adventures. He filled our childhood with laughter and play as he did magic tricks across the dinner table and played hair salon at the apartment. He made us feel safe to be ourselves and to come to him with any concerns. Our grandfather was not very good at sleeping at night, and some of our favorite memories come from sitting with him in the wee hours after everyone's gone to sleep, hearing stories of his life and words of wisdom. Always walk with a pen. Keep paper copies of everything. The front windshield of a car is larger than the rear view mirror for a reason. And everyone has a story if you take the time to listen. He taught us about work ethic and perseverance. He taught us to be brave and assertive. I mean, if you grow up learning how to assert yourself to Hubert B. Dolsingh, not many other people can faze you. And he never let us forget how proud he was of us. Up until the very end, he asked us about our accomplishments with a resounding, wow, as he looked at us with awe for the children that he helped to raise. We were very lucky that God made Hubert B. Dolsingh our grandfather. He loved us in a very special way, claiming that he loved his children immensely, but not quite like he loved his grandchildren. And he always let us feel that. So you can imagine then that saying goodbye to Nana is not an easy task. He has had such an impact on our life that it is woven into the very fabric of who we are. So to those of you who know him well, we have a small ask. Please tell us when we do something that reminds you of him, and let us know that he lives on through us. Help us keep his memory alive by talking about him often. We love you very much, Nana, and we wish you peace for your next journey. Thank you all.
Well, Hubert Dolsingh was nothing short of inspirational. He was not only a man and a mentor, he was a movement. He represented a paradigm shift in the way we thought about other human beings. He wanted people to learn to give without keeping score and without expecting anything in return, and learn to give to all people, regardless of their race, religion, and station in life. Dad grew up with his 3 brothers and 8 sisters in a tiny remote village on the southernmost tip of Trinidad called Fullerton in Cedros. His non-prejudicial, charitable nature stemmed from his parents. He was in awe of them the way we are of him. His Hindu parents donated lands for the building of the Lochma Ben Roman Catholic RC School, and in Coromandel, the lands for the Anglican School, and again in Coromandel, the lands for the Coromandel Hindu Mandir. By 17, he saw his charitable nature begin to take a different, a large scale ways. It grew in different ways. He saw 3 blind brothers, homeless, no place to live, on the streets of Fullerton, and single-handedly raised funds to build a tapia house for them. And that began understanding how to ask for others and not to ask for yourself. His path, of course, would lead him down several organizations, and he served 18 years. 18 years as president of the Trinidad and Tobago Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. He served as president of the Commissioners of Affidavits Association of Trinidad and Tobago, president of the Trinidad and Tobago Foundation for the Physically Handicapped, and president of the Malik Temple Mandir, chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, chairman of Sandy Point Beach Club Limited, chairman of the Indian Home Trust for the Disadvantaged in our society. There are so many places that people were lining up to ask him to be on the boards because he was a board member who actually did things. He was a mover and a shaker. And when the chips were down, he was the one you could count on. It didn't just go to remain within our family, it extended to each and every member of our society. And for that, he was awarded his medals. As you can see, his medals are proudly displayed. His crowning glory would be the Hummingbird Medal Gold, for the highest medal ever awarded for the sphere of voluntary social work on our great land. The Hummingbird Medal Gold was awarded to him in 1989 and proudly displayed. We also have there, from the Progressive Institute, the Medal of Merit for, again, devotion and service to community. The All Trinidad Sugar and General Workers Trade Union Medal of Labor Gold, bestowed upon Dad for humanitarian services. Father of the Year Award for the National Father's Day Council. Yes, he may have been a father to 3, and then the grandchildren would tell you, no, he's a father to 8, and the great-grands will tell you he's a father to 10. But I am here to tell you he was a father to all. Many other awards, including an award from the Ontario government of Canada for voluntary service for 10 years commitment to volunteerism. This were things Daddy never set out to do. If you think that that was Dad's ambition, his ambition was just to help and to make sure that the world became a better place. It was not about getting awards. He was not interested in just, all for himself. Let's make money. He shared and shared and shared. Even the blind people, as president, he offered interest-free loans. And nobody even paid back the principal, of course. But he offered it. He made sure that the people, he could never do anything arm's length. Dad was involved in every single aspect of our lives. He was a mover and a shaker. But his real love was actually insurance. He would have spent many years bestowing and convincing people of the value of having property insurance. And then 1972 would come, and our government of Trinidad and Tobago would introduce the National Insurance Scheme, where employees would now, for the first time ever in their life, be covered at the workplace for accidents and disabilities, invalidities. They could get a pension, a maternity grant. If they died, there would be a funeral grant, a death benefit. This is something that people had never seen in Trinidad before. If you wanted that, you had to have taken a personal insurance. Now all the work people would be covered. Prior to that, Dad was handed what is called the white paper. And he read this proposal for the implementation of NIS, and he fell in love with it. He was extremely impressed. He said that this was the best piece of social legislation that the government of Trinidad and Tobago has ever implemented. And he was out to convince everybody of that. Well, let me just tell you that nobody shared his view. If you worked and you could well imagine, all that represented was a mandatory deduction from your salary. So it didn't go over well. NIB, National Insurance Board, set out to tell people of their obligations and their what benefits they could have. But they didn't set out to teaching the people why this was so important for you and for your family. So Dad set out a bold initiative. He created this company that nobody needed, felt that would make money, Prudential Insurance Consultants. And it was a complimentary service to NIB. He really loved that system. Eventually, he would go on to even challenge them in the appeals and tribunals and win millions and millions of dollars for people in this great land to get their benefits. He fought them for free all the time, every time he showed up at court, tribunals, and even when people in NIB did not like that he was doing that, as is all insurance companies, the objective is not to pay out, but to collect contributions. They respected him. So much so that when NIB opened their signature flagship head office around the Queen's Park Savannah, he was on that list and a revered guest of honor. They honored my father like he was a god. And I loved that. I think that was a great circle back into how they felt about him. In life, you can challenge people, but it doesn't mean or challenge their way of thinking, but it does not mean that you are their enemy or they are yours. And that is what Daddy always taught us. So that he went on with this company to show people that you can be covered. Your family could be covered. It's not just about you. When you work for family. You do not work as a singularity. You work for other people to give to them. So there was that other paradigm shift of thinking about property insurance to workplace insurance so that it would be of benefit to the entire family. Wow, his energy, it knew no bounds. His passion knew no bounds. His compassion knew no bounds. He gave tirelessly of his money
his values, his free advice was always there. People would call this man 3:00 in the morning and, chief, boss, help me out. I don't know what happened here. And I have to tell you, I've been clearing his office and sitting in his private office this week and going through his files were stacks and stacks of letters that read, it started with, "You saved my life. You pulled me out of the bowels of my despair." When I don't know how many people get these letters, but I thought it very unusual to read this type of thing where this man, they said, "When we couldn't see a way out, you found a way for us. Thank you. You called the bank. You organized my life in a way for me to see a different way out. Dad gave you, realize that life, you don't have to fall on one road." He was showing you all the different levels and all the different avenues you could explore. Even I would see him talking with the guys who would wash the car around the square. And he's giving them advice and they are loving it. And they would start a little car wash business now because he would provide, he says, hook up your hose to my building so that nobody could tell you you're using the city's water. You run your hose to my building. Well, chief, we don't have a hose. Okay, well, I'll buy the hose. But chief, we don't have a bucket. All right, I'll buy the bucket. Just give me a list of all the things you need and I'll buy it. You know, that epitomizes how Dad was. You know, he'd not just give out advice. He would do. And I felt that was really something I wanted to say special about him. Now, even in his personal life, he was very disciplined. You see him here in a well-coutured tuxedo. This represents Dad. Inside his lapel contains his trusted pen and his comb and a couple packets of sugar, because he loves sugar, and a couple mints. But in his life, it was so structured that he would eat right and he would exercise for over 30 years, 1 hour a day, never missed a day in those 30 years. And let me tell you, 30 years, as you know, would not run smoothly. There would be lots of hiccups. He would walk. He would exercise. He would do all those things. His intention was to grow to a grand old age. And look at this beautiful reason. When you take your medications and you take care of yourself, you can go. 88 is a great, great innings. I'm not a least bit feeling of robbed. If we asked God for a month more, week more, day more, an hour, a moment more, it would be a selfish act. A selfish act. But, you know, a lot of places would know him as a charity of organizational level. But the people, the advice that he would give on a personal level was so incredible. It was nothing you would have ever heard. I remember it was about 2007. Indulge me. We are having dinner with our financial advisor downtown Toronto, Canada. And his young Italian mid-20s guy named Giancarlo. And he's just on the cusp of becoming very wealthy because he's been handed a book that is growing exponentially. So he comes and makes time to have dinner with Dad and I. It's 2007. Giancarlo is madly in love. And I say to Dad, G is getting married. So he's like, very good. And then he said, who is this person? And she says, so Giancarlo says, it's a beautiful school teacher. Her name is Danielle. And we are hoping to have a lovely family with many children and all that. Shook his head. And he said, the guy says, so Mr. Dolsingh, what advice would you give to someone who's about to enter marriage? He says, well, I have been married for a long, long time. And if you want my advice, I'll give you it this way. Go and tell your fiancé, girlfriend, whatever she is, go and tell her, I have a great night planned for you. Spectacular night. I'm going to come and pick you up with a limo, and I'm not telling you where we're going. Go buy a dress, go do your hair, your nails, whatever women do in that spa Tell your friends, include, I am paying for everything. And get ready for 6 p.m. I'm coming there to pick you up. Now, remember 2007, there are no Apple AirTags, there's no Find My Phones or locator services from Snapchat, etc. And he says, the guy, wide-eyed, said, wow, that sounds great. Where am I taking her? He says, at 6 p.m., you're going to turn off your phone. He said, what? He said, you are going to turn off your phone and you are going to continue working until 9:30 and walk in as though nothing happened at 9:30. Let her get disappointed. Let her get worried that something happened to you. Then let her get very, very angry. Because you're going to teach her before you enter a marriage that life on the road to success is about many disappointments. And that is how Hubert Dolsingh teaches. And this guy just went, what? He said, yeah, you walk in and you say, she goes, where were you? You say, I was at work. Something came up. I'm very tired. I'm going to bed. And in the morning, you can have the conversation. It is something that the guy was so blown away. He said, I'm telling all my guy friends this. And he said, it's something you won't learn at business school. That on the road to success comes many, many disappointments, failures, sacrifices. You just have to keep plugging away at it. You want a nice house? She wants a nice house. She wants children. She wants all those things. We have to work for it. Nobody's handing it to us. We have to work for this. And I thought that this is something that that method of thinking is something that is so outside the box. Even in 1981, I don't know if you all knew, but Dad was held up in his office at gunpoint. The gun went off, but not on him. And it pierced a very large book, law book in his office. Daddy left, was unscathed, but really relieved of some of his money, of course. And the day after, the assailant went to rob a supermarket and he was apprehended. The police called Daddy and said, we have somebody who sounds like the description of the person from the day before. Can you come and identify him? And Dad said, okay. So he went down, he saw the guy. And because, we have to be concerned about retaliatory consequences, you don't identify people when you're business owners because you cannot move your business. You cannot move your home. So be careful, please, of identifying people and putting up your hand to do the right thing is nice, but always think of family first. And he said, no, that's not him. But he followed the guy and the guy was sentenced because he had a gun and it discharged. He was sentenced to 6 years in the Royal Jail. Dad made an appointment to go see him. So Dad said, I'm concerned. I'm the person you held up, etc. And I didn't identify you, but I wanted to hear your story. He says, well, I have 5 starving children crying for milk. And I feel that if I robbed you, I only relieved you of 1 day's pay, whatever was in your wallet for 1 day. And that resonated with Dad. And he said, so what you going to do now? You can't even rob to support your family. What you going to do now? He says, well, my wife will have to think of something. So he said, so what skills your wife have? And he says, well, I don't really know. He said, okay, well, do you mind if I meet her, etc. So the guy said, okay. So Dad met with the mother of the children and the man's wife. And he said, so what can you do? And she said, I don't really have any education. He said, but fry nuts. You could roast nuts? She said, yes. He said, okay, well, I'll pay for money to lend you money to buy a nuts cart and your first batch of nuts and the little bags are coming in. And you are going to do that to earn an income for your children and yourself. In 6 months, this woman shows up at Dad's office with an envelope with all the money he had loaned her. She said, she don't want him. She don't want your husband. Look, she can make money to support her children. And daddy said, no, I don't need the money. I just told you loan, but this is an investment in children. These are your future. And don't forget why we work hard every day. Dad and mom worked very, very, very hard every single day. And they never stopped. When everybody else's parents were sleeping and enjoying themselves and partying, mine were up running numbers till 3 in the morning. My parents, my mom never saw her salary at a point. It just went straight to the bank to pay bills, pay loans. They were always thinking of different things. This woman, he never forgot. His love knows no boundaries for us. They are married 63 years, but together for 66. And to tell you what kind of romantic he is, their first date was on the 21st of November, 1958. And we all know the date. Why? Because every single year, a bouquet of flowers that size would come to our house for mommy to represent her first date every single year. Besides the anniversary and who would do that? That only dad. Legendary dad. Boy, I gotta tell you, he loved mom and her family, the Bihari family, each and every one. He said they like me better than my other sisters too. And we're like, come on, dad. He said, no, I'm just kidding. But I have, he always say he loved the Bihari family too. And he loved, of course, his Dolsingh family. Strong. He's from a dynasty. All his brothers and sisters successful in their own right. And it's just amazing that this small little remote village would belch out these fabulous movers and shakers of our lives and society at whole. And of course, his brother, Babsi, was also the holder of a Hummingbird Gold Medal. So we have national medal holders in our family, and that is no easy task. It was not something to see someone who is not educated. It's unusual to see someone who was not educated to tertiary level or anything get a Hummingbird medal. So you can imagine how humbled he was when the government bestowed that upon him. Dad leaves 3 lovely girls, Mintri, Atri, myself, Nishi, and Carla, who he calls his blood. And then he leaves 5 grandchildren, Kavir, Chantal, Keisha, Kavir, Kaya, and Ari, and his other blood, Mika. He leaves his son-in-laws, whom he loved to spend time with, Ricky, Frank, Andy, and of course, his blood, Trevor, whom he calls his granulated sugar. And he loved the line that Trevor would say that, of all the sugars, you are my most granulated. And of course, the man loving sugar would love that line. So that was something that I really enjoyed. Goodbye, Dad. You prepped us well. There is nothing we could ever regret. Spending any amount of time with you was, I can't say it was not enough. It was so well worth it. He was really a father of wealth, of knowledge. That knowledge was so important to us. It takes us beyond and beyond till we close our eyes and we are in this spot. And I want to thank everybody once again. And Dad would have told you all he was not a very religious man, but he would have told to his wife and children, grandchildren, great-grands, Sienna and Chase, his great-grands, and his sons-in-laws, he will love you for the next 7 janams. And I wanted to thank everybody once again for coming out to be here for Mom and all of us, and to say goodbye to this amazing man we call Hubert Dolsingh, HPM Gold. To you, Dad. So we actually have time, of course, for a second viewing and putting off flowers. But I do want to extend the floor. You know, one of the beautiful things of always having lived at 65 Saddle Road, Sanwo, was our neighbor, Carla Prime. Carla, can you come forward?
Good morning to everyone. And my name is Carla Prime, and I speak on behalf of my family, Prime family, and also on behalf of our community. When I was very small growing up, we always look at Mr. Dolsingh as our father and an elder in the family. So whenever growing up, the children are wrong, boys, always form a team. Sometimes they form a basketball team, a football team, and a cricket. And guess who they are going to go to finance the team? Mr. Dolsingh. And thank God he never disappointed us, never disappointed them. So on behalf of the community, my family, and myself, I wish to convey our condolences to the Dolsingh family and to remind them and all of us that our memories are all that we have, and that is what we carry. So make it lovely, and I know that they have lovely memories of him. So thank you on behalf.
Thank you. Anybody would like to speak? Would Brad like to speak? And I just want to acknowledge the children of the boats. We are children of the boats. George Umbala Joseph, a fabulous man who Dad's viewing yesterday was in the same hall that George was in about 18 months ago. Yes. And we have George and Tony Umbala Joseph. And we grew up as brothers. And I just wanted to extend, Dad and George used to call each other boat because he was on a boat to England, and that would take several weeks in the 60s. And there was Dad. He saw Dad waiting right there at the dock, waving his friend goodbye. And from then they called each other boat. And I just want to say that George Umbala Joseph and Telly Paul and Dad were such good friends. I want to acknowledge Clive Nunes, a very, very good friend as well, and Mumtaz Ali, deceased. Yes, and I want to acknowledge Ganga Singh, Mr. Ganga Singh, Carlos Bisoon, Kapildeo Bisoon, and Honorable MP Winston Dukaran. Hello. And to the nephews like Carliston Bridge Mohan and Boy Chris and everyone, I did want to say thank you all for all the love and support throughout the years and the fabulous relationship they had. I want to open the floor just for 5 minutes. If anybody wants to talk that didn't speak last night, please come ahead.
Well, first of all, I must say thanks to everybody who has come here to pay our final tribute to Bhupat. There were so many good things that was said, but there is nothing that's been left out. A lot of people know me personally that I'm a very good talker. At this point, I have become very emotional, and words really is not too much at my disposal because if I start to talk, I would begin to stutter because I'm very nervous about this issue. My brother-in-law, Hubert, everybody knows, he was such a wonderful guy. He was always willing to give and to give advice also. One of the things I know he loved most of all, besides my sister, who he loved very dearly, he had loved his mother-in-law so much.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, the very first time I saw Hubert cried is at his mother-in-law funeral. I mean, that's the first time, and he shouted out very loud at the funeral parlor. Now, he always, as I said, he always gave a lot of advice. And some of the things he said make so much sense. One time he said to me, why does people have to show off and travel in first class and not economy. I said, why? He said, so remember, if the plane crash, both of you will die. No, yeah. And the other times he would say, why would you have to buy a $3,000 watch and someone buy a $30 watch? He says the both of them carries the boat the same time. And always remember, it's always be nice, not only to be a human being, but to also be human. So, my dear brother-in-law, may you rest in peace. You have a safe trip to your destination. And to all the families, our deepest condolences to everyone. And to my dear sister, always remember, you'll be always be loved very, very much.
We have from the Bridgemohan Sings, Debbie Bridgemohan.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I just want to say Auntie Kay and Uncle Fella. I always remember Mom and Dad speaking about the early years when my dad also came from Cedrus and we lived just a stone's throw from here, and the support that you all gave in the early years, you know, when they were up here all the way from Cedrus, no highway to connect as we have today. And I know Uncle Fella and Dad and Mom are probably up there celebrating already. And to the family, the girls, Auntie, we're here to support you in whatever way we can. Okay, thank you.
If anybody else wants to speak, yes? So I'm just going to hand the mic over to Mr. Clive Nunez.
Thank you very much. Pleasant morning to each and every one of you. Hubert was my very good friend. I know how much he helped people. I know he was an expert in the national insurance. They were afraid of him, so that he was able to, for their families to enjoy their labor that was not respected. They were always afraid of him. He was the expert. But there's a little thing. Well, I know George Umbala also, right? His son.
Tony and George.
Right? I remember being here, and one of them saw me coming in with Diwali. They were coming in here. And he said, but you are alive. I-95 say you died 2 years ago. I said, well, I am dead man walking. You know? But there's something particularly I want to say, because I encourage him to go to Grenada during the revolution, because I knew Morris Bishop. I introduced him to Morris Bishop, who, that's another story, because up to now they haven't found his body. You know, Morris Bishop, it's like my brother, slept on the same bed in his mother's bedroom. I defended, I guarded Alimenta, his mother, home in Grenada. You see, I was a revolutionary. And he had respected me, loved me. So I was able to introduce him to the then president of Bolivia. You know, I introduced him. He took out a picture. He was a fantastic photographer. And he took out a picture with the president and myself, which I cherish. So, Hubert, you have been selfless. You have inspired a lot of people, and you was a man that was decent. He didn't like a lot of the politicians, you know. Well, he had liked Winston. You understand? So that's what we are talking about. And when you do good, good shall follow you. And I wish Umbala go on. Hubert, you go on. Oh yeah, teleport. I was abroad at that time. Yeah? And we all have to travel this road. Whether you are 88 or I am 84, and one is a baby, whatever. But you come here for a specific period of time. And when that time reaches, the oxygen is locked up. So I hope that I didn't bore anybody. But you know.
Thank you, Mr. Clive Nunez. A very good close friend of Dad's for several decades. So if anyone else would like to speak. Well, here is my sun, moon, and stars.
When you look at Hubert Dolsingh, he was so much more than what we see in our city. He was a good, honest man. And everyone has said that in some form of the way, but it's the truth. Not from a spiritual aspect, a financial aspect, a religious aspect. He was a good man. If you look around this room here today, you see people of different races, genders, religious backgrounds, financial backgrounds, educational backgrounds. But he didn't care because he helped people. And he was the definition of charity. He gave without asking for anything back. There's a very good story from when he was young and growing up in Cedros. And his father gave him fruits to hand out to people. And he one day decided to sell the fruits instead of giving them out for free. And his father went and gave everyone back more fruits and give them back their money. And he told me that was the day he learned about real charity. And you must give and never expect anything back. And that is what encapsulates you as a human. That ability to give and not give anything back and strive for greatness at the same time while still leaving a sense of humility within you. That was truly what made him great. And yes, you'll miss him. Yes, you'll be sad, but he would always tell me, he said, Ari, the day I die, you'll cry. But after that, you'll never cry for me again. Because once I'm gone, I'm gone. And in the hospital, I did cry, but I never cried for him again. Because once he's gone, he's gone. And no crying could bring him back. But we must not be sad that he's gone today. But we must be happy that we had him for 88 great years. And we will always have him in our memories. And we'll love him forever. Thank you.
And what was the last thing that Dad said to all of you?
So, if I remember correctly, it was me, Kavir, Mintri, Auntie Atri. I think you in the room at the time, and he had said, you must always take care of your friends and family, no matter what. That was the last full conscious statement he ever gave.
Thank you. So we have, on behalf of the Bihari family, Sat Narayan Maraj Pandit, and he is the husband of my beautiful, beautiful first cousin, Shashi Gokul, and he represents the Biharis and the Gokuls as well.
I thank you ever so much. The name is Pandit Satyanand Maharaj, Sat for short. However, on behalf of my wife, she is a very shy person. She's not a good talker, but I think she talked very well at home. However, she would like me to, on her behalf, to read a very short poem in memory of Uncle Dolsingh. And it goes like this. If I should go tomorrow, it would never be goodbye. For I have left my heart with you, so don't you ever cry. The love that deep within me shall reach you from the stars. You'll feel it from the heavens, and it will heal the scars as my love and memory of you will be forever etched in our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to close off if there's anyone else. Yes. This is Mr. Gregory. Greg's is from Tobago.
Yes. Morning, everyone. Gregory is my name. You know, sometimes I look back at I call him Chief. I met Chief in Sandy Point. I was in the building. I'm a builder, really. And he saw me and he see doing some work. He said, Greg, I would love you to do my apartment. I say, okay, Chief. And we start from there. And that's our relationship. He introduced me to his family. He introduced me to everyone. He introduced me to Paul, Alvin, because these are workmen who work alongside. But one thing I can remember about Chief, and it will always stay with me. He says it's an honor and a privilege to do good when they get the opportunity to do good. And don't ever look back for anything else. As you share, he never liked the word thanks. He said, thanks, give glory to God. He is the one who will get the glory, not you. Always remember that. And this is what I can remember about my good friend, Mr. Hubert Dolsingh. For me, he's chief, and he's a great servant. And he teach me that. He said, when you have the opportunity to do good, always remember, you continue on that path because you are servant. And this gentleman, he is not any servant, he's a chief servant. He always go out. Every contributor here go out here. You hear what he did. And if I start to go along and to share all what he did for me, it will take the rest of the day. But I will say, he loved my family. He always asks, what about your wife, your children? Every time we talk, he always shared this about me. So this is what I have to share about my good friend, Mr. Hubert Dolsingh, which is the chief. He's still the chief, even though he leaving us today. So.
Thank you. Thanks, Greg. Okay, we have what's this, a tap back? So we're going at 10 o'clock. We would like to leave the place at 10. So one last word from Uncle.
Yeah, when I was speaking a while ago, I forgot to mention, just a little while ago that Hubert and we had a conversation about life and death. So he said, if he dies before me at his funeral, I should try to give two quotations, one of life and one of death. So I would tell you the one that says of life. This quotation of life goes, life is nothing but a voyage from the womb to the tomb. Again, and the one of death, it goes like this. If death was a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. But God in his mercy would not let it be so. Both the rich and the poor together must go. Thank you.
Thank you. So if there's any bhajans or anything, yes, we're going to, at this point, Shiv? Right, final rites with Mom, and then we are going to open up for flowers. Everyone who would like to offer flowers to Dad, we do have it. And then we would try to get onto that, or into our cars to head to Mosquito Creek. We want to go and as soon as, but we also want to give you all time. So take your time, see Dad as well, and to say your final farewells. You're more than welcome. Thank
Krishna Govinda Gopala Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana. Krishna Govinda Gopala
Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana.
Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana. Krishna Krishna Mukunda Janardana, Krishna Govinda Gopal Narayana. Krishna Krishna Mukunda
Jai 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 Shri Raghav Ram, Jai 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 Shri Madhav Shyam. Victory to Shri Ram, victory to Shri Krishna. Sing the praises of Ram of Awadh and Krishna of Mathura. Victory to Ram who holds the bow and arrow. Victory to Krishna who plays the bansuri. Victory to Shri Ram who removes all sufferings. Victory to Krishna, the light of love. Victory to the son of Dasharatha. Victory to the favorite of Nanda. जय श्री राघव राम
जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
अवध निवासी सीताराम
मथुरा वासी राधे श्याम
अवध निवासी सीताराम मथुरा वासी राधे श्याम जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
धनुषधारी जय सीताराम
मुरलीधारी जय राधे श्याम
धनुषधार जय सीताराम मुरलीधार जय राधे श्याम
जय दुख नाशक सीताराम
प्रेम प्रकाशक राधे श्याम
जय दुख नाशक सीताराम प्रेम प्रकाशक राधे श्याम
दशरथ नंदन राघव राम
नंद की नंदन राधे श्याम
दशरथ नंदन राघव राम नंद के नंदन राधे श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम
जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
अवध निवासी सीताराम
मथुरा वासी राधे श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
तुलसी भाई सीताराम
सूरन भाई राधे श्याम
तुलसी भाई सीताराम सुरल भाई राधे श्याम
जय सुखकारी सीताराम
जय दुखहारी राधे श्याम
जय सुखकारी सीताराम जय दुखकारी राधे श्याम
रघुपति राघव राजा राम
यदुपति यादव मोहन श्याम
यदुपति यादव राजा राम यदुपति यादव मोहन श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम
जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
अवध निवासी सीताराम
मथुरा वासी राधे श्याम
जय 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 श्री राघव राम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम जय 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 श्री माधव श्याम
प्यारो बाके बिहारी लाल सांस सांस जपे राधा
के बिहारी लाल सास सास जपे राधा
प्यारो बाके
You can bring it out here. You can bring it out. So that one coming out. You can bring out like. All right. Come on. Come on. Take note of.
Man siya mo ng batuyas.
Ram Nam Satya Hai. Ram Nam Satya Hai. Or Mr. Walia, please come forward and let's keep the go forward with the keep. Please forward. Keep forward. Okay. Now, someone else can do the cloth.
Yeah, someone else can do the cloth. Okay.
Okay.
You guys good? And she's going to come.
My daughter said she sit down. She and your dad sitting there. Where she could have come and sit down.
Same procedure. Right? Taking up this finger, bringing it to Hubert Dolsingh hier, Schwarzau, Internat, und ये बताओ तो पंडित के नाम राम नाम सत्य है, राम नाम सत्य है, राम नाम सत्य है. This one right. So, do report upright initiative. Right in front is the we'll do report upright initiative. Right, just the way the stuff. Right, matching test on the way. Right, the leg going so right. Anybody with a match? Thank you. There we go. Julia. We got it. No, we got it. No. Here. You get one time. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya. Ram Nam Satya.
Another step was straight in prior.
One more.
Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavantu. Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavantu. Om Panchatattva Shanti Bhavantu. Same thing, Kavi. Bring the finger in four places and open 4 directions. Sure. And any other individual, they will be next option. Yeah, sure.
And then throw it in the fire.
Om Vishnave Namaha. Kasya Putrasya Sri Hubert Dolsingh Pretasya Sri Shavahaste Sadhat Nimitim Sri Gishate Pindau Sri Paupradiyate Saopati. So you will see all of the flowers and whatnot. The 2 pillars, please leave the 2 pillars in the hands. That tulsi can also stay, but all of the flowers, malas and so forth will be removed and placed in the group. Those who may not have had the opportunity to see, if there's anyone that wants to offer a bhajan word of prayer, we have Pandit Bades here, we have Pandit Ram here as well. They will both give us their blessings as well while all of this is being done. Bolo Vishnu Bhagavan ki Jai. So at this point in time, everyone, Mr. Hubert Dolsingh body is going to be prepared to be placed into the chitta. Please allow those who would have viewed the body already, if there's anyone that's still making their way, to come forward. Please allow other circulation so that they can see. So while this is going on, please feel free to have the appropriate chants. If there's any family member that would like to offer appropriate bhajan chants and so forth, thank you, they can do so. And with us today we have Pandit Ram and also Pandit Badesji. They will give us their blessings at the appropriate time.
Narayana Narayana Narayan Hari Narayana Narayana Narayan Narayana Narayana Narayan Hari Narayana Narayana Narayan Satya Narayana Narayana Narayan Satya Narayana Narayana Narayan Hari Narayana Narayana Narayan Hari Narayana Narayana Narayan
Sorry.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Shiva Hare Shiva 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. My dear cousins, as we send you forward to the loving arms of Lord Krishna, we wish you a safe crossing. Undoubtedly, you will have that, because you definitely deserve a safe crossing. And as you reunite with your family, heavenly region, and you all have a great time together. बाहर से तो खामोश रहे बाहर से तो खामोश रहे भीतर भीतर रोए हे भीतर भीतर रोए तेरा दर दर जाने को तेरा दर दर जाने को कह न सके जो अपनी कहानी तेरी बंसी क्या जिंदगानी रे कह न सके जो अपनी कहानी तेरी भी बंसी क्या जिंदगानी रे तेरी कथा लिखी हाथों में कलम डूबो
please, at this point in time, if there's anyone as well that has not had a chance to see the body, please come forward. For those in the back, if you may not have had a chance.
They took it out here. No, they took it out. Let me go in. I see you.
I stand here this morning representing the Manhattan. It was only just under a month ago that I invited my cousin, his wife, his family to celebrate the 90th birthday of a dear cousin he loves, my brother, Dr. Hubert, my Dolsingh. Hardly addressed as I was told to visit that home, and it was our intention on that day. Garland was prepared for him, was unable to make it. So dear cuz, as the bees have now scattered today, I want to assure you, these bees of this man Dolsingh California, Brisbane Dolsingh Dolsingh family shall forever remain together. It will never be scattered. We will always be as a family together. This will insist all of you, all the brothers and sisters who died for us.
Bolo Sri Krishna Bhagavan ki Jai. So thank you everyone for all of your contributions in the sense of assisting this family on this very difficult day. But with great faith, these two grandchildren, they have performed an exceptional duty in being here to this point so that we can all bid farewell to this physical form. So while the body is being lifted to be placed into the chitta, kindly make a little way. We'll offer 2 verses of the Ram Stuti, and Pandit Ram will also assist us in performing the Havan. Shri Ramachandra Kriparu Bhaju Bhajaram Navakanchalochana Shri Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram Andar Paganika There's a Charlie there. Sundaram Mudapapitamanahutaditaruchi Sushi Naumi Janakasutavaram Shri Ram
Shri Ram, Shri Ram, Bajudina Bandra.
शोकाय स्वाहा सप्यते स्वाहा सपमानाय स्वाहा सप्ताय स्वाहा नैष्कृताय स्वाहा निष्कृताय स्वाहा प्रायश्चित्ताय स्वाहा देशेभ्यः स्वाहा यमाय स्वाहा अंतकाय स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा ब्राह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्मत्याय स्वाहा विष्णुभ्यो देवेभ्यो स्वाहा छाया पृथ्वीभ्यः स्वाहा ओम काव्याग्नाय नमः ओम काव्याग्नाय नमः ओम काव्याग्नाय नमः राम नाम संते So this heat, in a few minutes we are going to only on the last Yeah, that way across. Alright. Yeah, look.
We have successfully reached the cremation site, and as part of our process, if we have made any mistakes, whether in preparation for this day or even while performing any of these rites, we seek forgiveness and we ask blessing of Bhagwan. And with this blessing here now, with this asking so that all of this in which has been offered in the mental body, in all the elements. Any other family members want to listen about?
Mom, come. Mom, come and go around. Okay, all right, no problem.
Which one do you need?
All can go around. All who want to go around. living there. Because I probably living in the evening, living in the house, then living in the house, we just see me in the house, all the time we just feel him in the house. There's a can't smoke, and we see around, we just said,